hood, falling out the hood, falling getting money like a real one should. I'ma take a sip, get a little lit back in a bit, meditate, I think I should. No, we ain't friends, got me on 10.
Man, I'm still buzzing after that victory, man. What a home opener. I love it, and welcome to the official start, I would say, of the 2023-2024 season after the first Jets victory. What a game, a 6-4 win over the Florida Panthers and over Paul Maurice's Florida Panthers. It always feels good to beat Paul Maurice. And this game was just fun. It was chaotic. It was crazy. It was stressful at times. It was high energy. There was some bullshit calls in it. There was some game management by the referees. The Jets had some ice tilt and the Panthers had some ice tilt. This was a fun hockey game, and I think we're going to see a lot of Jets hockey games like this, where it's going to be fast-paced, hard-working, a lot of hits, because this is what this deep forward core has brought to these first two games. It brought in preseason, and I'm really excited to see how it continues to grow. So welcome back to Recap Reactions. Let's jump into this one. That first period was fucking awesome. I just loved it. Like, 1-1 hockey game at the end of that first period. Mark Scheifele with the season opener for at home. I keep saying season opener. This felt like the season opener. That game in Edmonton, the energy tonight was just great. It was just so much better than that last game. And the other game wasn't bad either, where the Jets played a dominant, strong game, even though they ended up losing. Tonight, they were really good, and I'm really excited to see how they continue to take this forward, because I've liked what I've seen so far the first two games. I know it's early, but let's see how they look going into the first 10. That's what I always say, the first 10 to 12 games, that's when you can get an idea of what this team will start to look like. There's 82 in a season, so that first 10, they're just getting warmed up. Let's see how things start to go. So far, 2 in, I'm liking it. Mark Scheifele looking great. His second goal of the season, assisted by Kyle Connor and Josh Morrissey. Already those guys getting going early, and you love to see it. It was a great goal, great play there from Scheifele, and I really think that we're going to see a very different Mark Scheifele this year. I don't know if it's going to be this goal scorer Mark Scheifele that we saw last year, or the Mark Scheifele we've seen in the past of being more of a balanced forward when it comes to assists and goals. I don't know. I feel like this year it's just Mark Scheifele just feels so far in his first two games, he just feels a little different. Kind of feels like watching him a few years ago, before all the locker room bullshit really started to take control and steer the way things went with the forward core. And I'm really liking it so far. I don't know if getting Blake out and Dubois out, there's just something that's going on with Scheifele, but he's winning me back, and I'm really happy to say that, because I still am worried about that contract. So if he continues to keep playing like this, I will not be as worried as much. But yeah, love that goal from Mark Scheifele. Love Mark Scheifele in this game. Sam Reinhart gets the other goal for the Florida Panthers from Rodriguez, and Chuck ties it up at 1-1 going into the second period. And the second period is when things really dial up for the Winnipeg Jets. Evan Rodriguez gets one in 25 seconds into the period, and you're like, okay, crap. Is this the Jets we've seen before, where they play one good period and they shit the bed for the next 40? God, I hope not. But no, that was not the case, because literally 10 seconds later, Kyle Connor on a bang play from Scheifele and Velarde. I love seeing Velarde get a point like that. Makes it a 2-1 hockey game. The Jets are right back on top, and then bang, Morgan Barron from Kupari and Appleton, and then Dylan DeMello from Perfetti and Niederreiter. 3 straight goals from your Winnipeg Jets to make it a 4-2 lead for the Winnipeg, leaving that second period heading into the third. That second period just felt like it was all Jets. The forward core was rolling deep. The defensemen were pinching properly. The energy level was high. The only thing that really started to piss me off were the goddamn penalties. 7 penalties called against the Winnipeg Jets. 6 penalties called against the Florida Panthers. I'm sorry, but it should have been maybe about 3 each for both those teams. Maybe 4. Like, so many makeup calls near the end of that game. The ice, it was just bullshit, and it's so obvious. And then the NHL comes out, they say all this stuff in the offseason, they refuse to do anything about that, as always, and you just, game 2 already, and the ice management looks like it's in mid-season form, and what else would you expect from this league? You know, it is what it is. It's great that we won, but this stuff is going to affect outcomes of games down the stretch, and I hate that. And it's not even just about the Jets, it's about Florida. If I'm a Florida fan watching that, I'm pretty pissed, because it doesn't help the game. If you miss a call, shit, don't just call a makeup call. That goes both ways for both teams. It just, don't do that. It doesn't make sense. Oh shit, I missed a call. That happens. Like, you don't have to call the makeup call. You just don't. So I hate it, but again, we're going to leave it as it is. Bad refereeing tonight. because it was just inconsistent, and that's the worst thing about the NHL refereeing is it's so goddamn inconsistent. Nobody even knows what the call really is anymore. So yeah, that was my big thing about this game that I did not like was the refereeing, and I hope to God something gets improves because it can't get much worse than that, I would think. But just really bad refereeing tonight, and I was not a fan of it, and I think it affected both the outcome for both teams honestly tonight. I don't think the Jets won because of penalties, and I don't think the Florida Panthers lost. Let me just clarify that. But I do think that the reason why this game was so tilted in both teams' directions for long periods of time was because of the refereeing. Like I said, the Jets get 4 straight goals because Mason Appleton makes it 5-2 5 minutes into that third period. A shorthanded goal, an amazing assist from the bench, giving Adam Lowry his stick from Josh Moore. A great play there, like you guys have seen the highlight. It's awesome. Like what a goal that was. Love it. And then Verhaeghe gets one, Rodriguez gets another, and it is 5-4 with just enough time left to make you be on the edge of your seat being like, oh my god, are the Jets going to pull a Jets? And they did not, because Kyle Connor gets the empty netter, the power play goal to make it 6-4. That is your final. Winnipeg wins this one 6-4, and a nail biter that was full of energy, and it didn't need to be a nail biter. Like, let me be clear, did not need to go that way at the end. Just some goals from Connor Hellebuck, some bad screens by Jets defensemen, and just bad overall coverage on those last 2 goals in the third for Florida. But at the end of the day, this Jets team looked deep as hell. The defense still scares me, but if the fact that they are now looking at potentially adding Garland to this forward core, can you imagine how good the Jets could be this year? Like, look at the scoring. Kupari with great plays, Appleton with great plays, Barron with great plays, Appleton getting a goal and an assist today. Like the depth was everywhere. Look at the goal scoring you got from tonight with these 6 goals. You had Velarde getting points, Kupari getting points, Lowry, Appleton, Ehlers, Barron, Scheifele, Niederreiter, Connor, Perfetti. All throughout the forward lineup, every line was contributing. It is not like that. When was the last time the Jets had 2 games in a row where they had legit depth scoring? Like, ask yourself that, because that's how inconsistent the depth scoring has been. Last year, Adam Lowry won, 28 games without a goal, 38 games, whatever it was, without a goal? Like that, and he was not the only one that had numbers that high, and it was because of the inconsistency of depth scoring. And so far in 2 games, I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. Like, I just have to point that out. I know it's early, but literally go back and ask yourselves, think back to the couple of last few seasons. How consistently have you seen all 4 lines contributing offensively, 5-on-5 even strength in 2 games? It is not as much as you think. Trust me, I've looked. It was actually shocking when I looked into it. Either way, I'm loving this so far because I have no expectations. If the Jets can continue to improve, continue to have depth scoring, management sees them as a competent team this year, they continue to try to add to this team and make them competitive with the young prospects we have. Because let's be real, we have a lot of elite prospects that are probably going to not get, they're not going to get the NHL minutes that they're going to need to develop because of the guys we have on this team with contracts. Kyle Connor, Nikolai Ehlers, Mark Scheifele, Velarde, potentially could be another guy. That's 4 guys right there that are in their mid to late 20s that are going to be under contract. So that's not for the next 3 years too. So that's not a real big opportunity for these guys to come in. You can trade a couple of them potentially, have so many left over to play and use and plug into things. Like, the Jets find themselves in a interesting spot. I knew they were going to be in an interesting spot based on the assets they have. They traded Dubois, good trade. They signed Scheifele and Hellebuck. They already have all these other great draft picks that we're seeing to develop. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic to start the year. I thought we were going to be crap this year and be like a mediocre as hell team. And so far, with the additions that have been made and the direction, and so far what I'm seeing from the prospects, the preseason coaching staff, the attitude towards his team over the last month going into the first early couple games of the season, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Doesn't mean I'm 100% planning the parade. I'm just happy that the Jets are seeming to be changing direction for once. They might actually have a direction for once. A gritty, deep forward team with an identity for the first time in a long time, and that excites me. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below on what your favorite moment from tonight's game was, who you thought the star of tonight's game was, and the most underrated. That is going to be something we're going to be doing in this for the rest of this for the rest of these recap reactions. I want you guys to give me the best player, your best player of tonight's game, and your most underrated player in tonight's game for your Winnipeg Jets every night. Go down there in the comment section below and let me know if the best comment that I think when it comes to that will get pinned. So go down there and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If it's the first time checking out a video here on Peg City Hockey, definitely drop a like and subscribe. Check out all the affiliated links down in the description below, and make sure to join the Prairie Puck Discord to talk all things Winnipeg sports. With all that that being said, peace, love, and positivity as always. Go Jets, go! And I will see you guys in the next one very, very soon.